live so well that when someone asks you how was your life, you tell them, I'm still alive. And it's awesome. If you could say that, then that would be a good view to have. I would like to suggest that as I'm sitting on a bench right now, and it's very quiet and peaceful, and I'm alone, it's just me in the park, or in that environment. What I can say is, when you look at how you want to develop yourself in the future, if you are working with that framework of time, with that framework of time experience, those rules of how time works, if you want to work with those rules, you will see that your idea of yourself and its success and happiness is relevant to that notion. In other words, you are saying that because time moves like this is a filter, I will have this kind of life. See, your perception of the future is not accurate. That is why you get bummed out if you don't become it. Have an accurate perception of your future. In other words, that means you need to experience this both on an idea level and second on an existential level. Sometimes you need to go to people and other sources of information, and the fountain of knowledge for these ideas, right? But sometimes you don't need words to receive insight. You just need to look. You just need to see, and you will know how your life's going to progress based on that reflective moment. Now, when we think about being, where you will be, for example, in the future, how you are is dependent on how much you've really looked at yourself and how accurately you've looked at yourself. So if you had to make a very huge decision in your life of who you want to be and you have an image you're striving for, make sure it's real for you. Make sure you know where you want to go. Make sure how it looks like. And what I'm saying, what I mean by that is have an accurate view or vision of what your life is going to be, rather than just reacting to an idea or to other ideas. For example, society is an idea. How am I going to live in a world or in a city? How am I going to live? And you react to the idea. Where's my answer? Society. Okay. How do I maintain myself in this system? It is very systematic in a sense. However, it also is naturally built, and it's a natural cause that is present in this moment. You see, when people bring in the idea that our planet is dying, they say that our planet is dying, we should stop hurting it. When those people are giving attention to that kind of a planet, it doesn't really have a good effect on the planet. If someone feels their planet is dying, they are looking at their death so long that they're trying to find a way out of it. Existentially, you are always here. What that means is that the page always exists regardless of the words or the sentences written on it. Therefore, your view on your state of being really suggests how well of a future you can have. In other words, what will your state of being be in the future? And you need to really look at the definitions that are explaining this idea to you right now and see if it's the most accurate way. Everybody has ideas about themselves that make them unique. They're literally brought up into the system with a name tag. Now, this name tag for humanity is defining who the actual physical human is. However, the name is an idea. Humans can communicate without names, for example. But let's say there you have the name, so you really need to recognize that you're not always the name tag. I mean, you without a name tag has a different meaning and evaluation of life than someone who has crossed their eyes differently. In other words, look at what you are and what is here to even move towards. If you feel that your life is only to feel abundant in an economic system with certain economic ideas influencing how literally people are living their lives during a certain period of time, people who invest in having a job, being part of the system, experiencing this life. If you're here and you're trying to maintain yourself, if you feel that life is rough, if you're one of those people who feels life is hard, really look at why it's hard. Is it hard because you have chosen to get engaged in this fantasy or program that is giving you notions of time, space, and meaning, and really find that if that's what you want to, I guess in a sense, be or have mean. So what I will suggest is that when I am speaking to you right now, I am saying just look at yourself, and this is just how how I'm communicating this right now. Adjust yourself, feel one with yourself, think in regards to state of being and what you actually want to be. So in other words, you could be a millionaire, a billionaire, but if your body's dying, then that's not a good route for you. Do you understand? You'd be a very sick, you'd be a very unhealthy, wealthy person. And you don't need that. So therefore, look at the reality of the decisions and the paths you're moving, and really re-examine time, re-examine space. See if your life has to be defined by images that one thinks about but cannot see. So pay attention to that, because when I'm communicating here is very like as if we're inside a koan experience. Literally, there is double meaning in life. The meaning of life is both nonsensical and sensible. So on this verge, a koan are people who go through that experience or are entertained by koans. They see that life doesn't have to be in the way it is. Life in a different setting, in a different reality, has a different outcome than life in this reality that has this outcome. See, free will is beyond the body. You need to understand that is the key to a sense of abundance. You have free will to choose how your experience occurs, not how you are experiencing. In other words, you can choose to have a sense of awareness that observes your physicality and its relationship with its thought differently. You can be that kind of awareness. You are free will. Who has free will? That who, if we really look at it, past man's face, past flesh and bones, we see that it's this awareness. It is literally intelligence of a different kind. See, when we think that our technologies haven't evolved, we think we're not that evolved of a race. That's kind of bullshit. Like it's not real. Okay? Our evolution can occur as soon as we look at ourselves and then decide the intelligence or the ratio of intelligence we want to live with. Okay? We have technology. You have nature. You are alive. Your existence. Find, communicate with your source. And see and feel outside of labels how it is affecting your life. Let action become action in your life. And therefore, using these ideas, really see what you can be. Literally, the word "what you can be," that sentence, really means. What does that mean? And who it's directed at. So, really open your eyes as they already are. Thank you.